Imagine you're at the stoplight and it's on red. And then all of a sudden you look over your shoulder and you see the car slowly going, and you see that's an old person. And it heads down. And by show of hands, how many of you guys have seen an accident caused by an old person? As Charlie quoted Anna, guess what? You're not gonna believe what happened to me today. I was sitting in the passenger seat waiting for the light to turn green, and my friend was texting, and I was waiting for the light to turn green to give him the sign. And then all of a sudden, he starts going a little bit, and I yell out, "Wait!" And we look over and we still see the car going, and we see that it's an old guy trying to keep his head up. And the light's still red, and all the other cars on the other side, it's on green. So the old guy, he T-boned, and I got off the car. And when I got him out, he looked confused. And it looks like he just woken up from a nap. What happened to me, I was on my way to Casa Grande, and I noticed that a guy was tailgating me. And I looked on my rear mirror, and I was like, "What the hell are you doing?" And all of a sudden, and then he cuts me off, and he brakes really hard. And I take out my phone, and then he drives off. Today I'm going to talk about elders, why they should stop driving, and for you guys to sign a petition to come to an agreement for our legislator to pass this law. Now I'm going to tell you about the problem about the elders. Elders cause accidents when they're behind the wheel. This results to reduction strength in their coordination, flexibility, impacts their ability to control their car. Elders, they tend to stiffen up, and their neck, it's harder for them to turn over the shoulder, and they can lose the ability to divide attention in different activities. In an article, Health Guide, Driven All Life, Pride and Record changes the age of the driving, of how you drive, and it can change over time. Another article by Everyday Health, it talks about dementia, Alzheimer's, and it can be hard for them to see and hear. In another article, it talks about elderly should stay on top of their health. For example, get their eyes checked every year, their hearing annually, and get enough sleep. The issue is that the older they get, the harder it's for them to see and hear. They say that teenagers cause more accidents when they either get their permit or their driver's license. Now that I talked about the issue, let's go into cause and the solution. The solution is for elders over the age of 65 should hand over their driver's license. This is not a good idea for them not being able to have a transportation. There is buses that they can take, but some old people would refuse to take them, or they just don't know how to use them. There's also taxis and Uber drivers, but those cost money. In the magazine, it quotes, but statistics shows overall teenagers and older drivers are involved in more car accidents and highway fatalities than other age group. Call to action: by signing a petition, by signing this petition, I wanna come so we can come into an agreement so the legislator can pass this law. Instead of driver license elders, the age for teenagers should raise for the permit and license. The problem for elders, it can be dangerous when they're on the road, not just for them, but not for themselves, but for others as well. If we don't get these seniors off the road, they will cause more accidents. Next time, if you see an elderly person fall asleep, knock on the window. I'm just kidding. Think of their safety. Seniors are safer when they're not driving.